There's a nice shiny sugar crust, but you struggle
We're
with the
going
meringue.
to have a go at
Yeah, they went on the time.
But overall, I think it's very Stacey.
Victorian Stacey.
St George's.
We got the orange one on the top, is that right?
Congressional and
Got a nice texture.
Hate that course.
Great flavour.
I absolutely hate that
Very
course.
nice flavour. The texture's amazing. And the orange comes through well.
Right,
This is your lemon one, is that right?
Yeah.
Very good texture.
let's get ready for
That's
round
not
one.
sort of flavoured as the
Pebble
other, is it?
Beach.
It's there, not as potent as the orange one. So you've got madeleines,
Hello.
you've got macarons, you've got some jelly. The madeleines are a little bit flat, but you've got the raspberry right in the middle of that, haven't you?
The raspberry's very nice. But the macaron, because they've been sandwiched with the curd, have got very soggy.
The way we get
The
closer to
macarons I
the...
don't particularly like, don't get the well baked.
Oh, hit today.
Tried a hard jelly. Very nice.
I think overall you just got slightly OTT on the decoration. But your two cakes are good.
Good ball.
It's a massive work. Probably a titch over ambitious.
50 yards.
Certainly it's a real
We have a
achievement.
nice club for that. And it's the middle pin.
I think it looks a little bit haphazard.
It's a bit
Yeah.
topsy-turvy.
Like the decoration of the sugar, that's fine, but you can see what's happened over time.
bit of spin
It will
back here,
collapse.
I would've given
Humidity
it
gets to it, destroys it. So it's
Yeah,
elderflower.
Elderflower lemon.
But I'm just not catching any flavours at all.
The most flavour you get
Yeah,
from
right.
this is if you happen to get a bit of caramel. It's a little disappointing.
It is a little bit. The top layer is better than the bottom. I think the bottom one is burnt. Quarter final, you want.
Good ball.
Consistency.
I think you had a really great idea, Liam. Don't think you quite pulled it off.
It's the middle pin. I'm going to hit
Sophie,
this
I
with a
think
flat
that
6
is
iron.
a perfect shape of a Victorian
Should leave me an eagle
Savoy
shot.
cake. It's nice and high. It's spectacular to look at. And the chocolate top
And heartbeats.
is magnificent.
It's very,
Below the
very
hole,
clever.
below the hole, yeah.
If you break through, you've got your plinth down at the bottom down there. Which is
Perfect.
sandwiched as well. You're giving that a flavour. It's well baked all the way through. You've got a nice sugar coating on the top of it as well. And I love the design. You celebrated the Savoy cake, which I like. Right, I'm going to take a slice out of this.
Just so say the cup form.
The texture of the cake is quite chewy.
Solid
Very
putt.
pleasant.
I love the fact that you turned it a couple of more times than you needed to. And you've lost that air. But you're not far off it.
Remind me what's in there?
Green apple, cream diplomat.
I love that green apple. Really good. I love that whole cake.
That's a huge drive.
Thought I overhit it.
Very elegant, very simple, very small. It makes you question what have you spent the last few hours making. All the time's been spent on the roses. And they do look
My
beautiful.
heartbeats.
It's very elegant.
I must say the sugar
Not too bad,
coating
yeah.
looks really good. And I do think you've been very clever because those walnuts perfectly fit the mould. It's beautifully done.
Yeah, fairly straight.
Now, right in the middle there, you have the cinnamon apples.
Solid
Cinnamon
putt.
apple. Not what I expected.
No, but it is delicious. And the texture, I think, is lovely.
It's actually very brave of you to put the chestnuts in there because chestnut in itself is quite a heavy thing.
Ooh.
Yeah. But actually hasn't affected the texture too much. It's still quite light. But for me, if you're going to put chestnut in it, get the flavours come out. It hasn't. But nevertheless,
Poor
very
drive.
pretty design. Thank you.
Kate, please bring up your
It's
Savoy
very
cake.
poor
Do you
drive.
want some help?
Yes, please.
Ready?
Yeah, ready?
The weirdest removal firm.
I can see what it is. The top, the Liver building.
Oh,
But it's
no.
a bit simplistic.
Didn't get it up fair
The
enough.
bottom plinth has had a few major issues.
Yeah, it's a
These seem to have caused again.
Left
It's all a bit
myself with a
broken
tester.
up.
I do think it's a bit rough and ready, but I like the fact that she's got the height.
Yeah, it's a bold piece. The sugar coat on is good,
Doesn't seem to
but
move that much.
look how yellow that is. 60 eggs have made that
Middle.
very, very yellow. It's a bit dry, actually.
I was wondering if it's a
big
bit
mistake.
overcooked. In fact.
I think it could be.
And they hit
That's
it
one
anyway.
of the pecans in it.
That was a pour all round.
That's a much better cake. That's delicious.
It's moister too.
I'm biased anyway.
No.
I love the Liver building. But star of the show is that third one down. I just think all the others too dry.
Wow, what a week.
It's been a tremendous week.
So, I know that
sitting up and
Stacey
just
has
don't
been
like
really
this.
scrapping for Star Bacon. Is it possible?
I think it's certainly possible because Stacey has done remarkably well. I just think she attempted slightly too much.
Having said that, this was about the Savoy cake and they tasted amazing.
It's a bit weary,
However,
that shot.
I think Stephen is a favourite coming into today, and he did create something that technically was very good. The flour is perfect, leaves are
Almost
great,
perfect.
the cake is well made, but the chestnut didn't get the flavour.
Well, let's focus on the ones who are in trouble. Sophie perhaps has saved herself.
Oh, Sophie's definitely saved herself. Nobody who can make a cake like that could possibly go home.
No.
So Liam and Kate are in a bit of trouble. When you look at this, she's used a pretty
Front pin.
basic mould, and it's quite
Front pin.
rudimentary, the decoration as well. And she dried out a couple of the sponges, but the pecan
Mind you, with that one, I would
was
have thought the
particularly
back
good.
pin.
Whereas the elderflower in Liam's one, you didn't think came through.
I couldn't taste anything. And then he put sugar work on something that was going to stand for a long period of
Ah,
time. And it collapsed.
And she didn't do as well in her signature. as
What a
Liam.
terrible shot.
Very good.
So it seems to me you keep balancing up things. It goes like that all the time.
Yeah, we have to break it down, go through the checklist again, and then decide.
There's something lovely, Paul, about sitting here listening to you talk in front of the live event. There you go. Wow,
Just ate
it
his
was
head.
so pretty up until
Getting
that
close now is going to be nearly impossible.
Congratulations,
sit for the
bakers,
ball,
on
do you think?
surviving Forgotten Bakes Week.
Get up, get up.
Now, I've got the great job
Get
this
up.
week of announcing Star Baker.
All the ways to the
The
back.
person who's won Star Baker this week made clangers with their
Ugh,
trademark
what a
twist and made a
second
Savoy cake
bad drive
that
in a row.
had fabulous texture and flavour. The Star Baker this week is Stacey.
So that leaves me with just the worst job. Well done to all of you for getting
Get in,
through to the
get in.
quarterfinals.
Oh.
Today. The person going home is
In all fairness, like, I can look back probably tomorrow morning. I think
Ooh, misting this.
I smashed it. Onwards and upwards.
Bad
now.
misting.
It's not the end of me. It's just the beginning. You know what I mean? So
Mr.
I'm
Good.
coming for a Paul Hollywood's job in a couple of years' time.
Baking. So sorry to lose Liam. He's learnt a lot. From the beginning to now, he's a different baker, totally different baker. He's done it really well to reach the quarterfinals. Should feel very proud of himself. But he had a bad showstopper, and that's what it came down to.
Oh,
Still so glad you did that because you were so close to offer. Thank
Got
you
it.
so much. Stacey has wanted Star Baker so badly. The last few weeks she's got closer and closer. And this week, then go.
Well done, Stace. Hold on. Coming into the semi-final now. This is the time to get Star Baker.
Now
And she
what's the
started
risk?
to nail it this week. The Savoy cake tasted amazing.
not what there
Did
is.
not think I would end up in week 9. No way.
Watch that
Week
back pin
9.
as well.
I'd like to say that I'm going to tone it down for next week, but actually I'm not at all.
I'm gonna hit this flat. I'm going to hit it flat. Didn't do me much good. Just below the hole, below the hole. Stay below the hole. That's okay. Not the best spot to be, bright to be here, but it's a plus. Not a very good one.
Mary Berry is leaving her own kitchen
Back of the wall. No.
to find out how different cultures create delicious dishes. The Mary
Bad shot.
Berry Travel Collection starts Monday the 9th of May on Food Network.
You're the checkbook.
Yeah.
I'm the brains.
Who would buy that?
Me?
Henry and Sam are partners in finds.
Is it heavy?
Brand new Shed and Buried starts Tuesday at 9 on Quest or stream on Discovery Plus.
I hate this hole. I don't mind the hole, it's the pin. This pin position. I hate it. Right, let's forget about that one.
Take time to make yourself feel good, and you do whatever you want. 'Cause you can now, in my world.
Let's see if we can finish on a high note in the back now.
Losing so much time. 'Cause you can now, in my world.
If anything is underrated in the whole veg garden, probably beans actually. You don't do it justice at all. I mean, the classic English runner bean like this. And
If we waste too much time over that one.
don't grow another inch probably in the next 48 hours. But this starts off like this. See all the little baby ones here?
Let's try to get a good start to the back now.
And literally in 10 days, you go from that to this. And they just climb everywhere. There's something about the plant, the bean plant, that just wants to climb in and out of everything, and it will go around the whole arch like this. So what I'm going to do is get out of this rain, because I'm wet right through with my pants, and I'm going to make a beautiful dish with the runner beans, and I'm going to try and get away from just boiling them. Right, so this dish I'm going to do with the runner beans, I need to sort of prepare them first, and that involves taking the little rooty bit off the top. This is a brilliant little invention, so cheap as well. I put my bean in like that, and then there's little blades at the side that take this stringy bit out, and then there's obviously a whole load of blades in the middle, and you get lovely beans just like that. Absolutely fantastic. And then with that, you can just boil them, a bit of salt, pepper, a little bit of butter, delicious. But I want to sort of take it to another level. And if you can't, you know, get hold of one of these brilliant little cutters, what you can do is just
This
get
one is all
a
about
normal peeler.
Good ball.
Below the pin.
Like that.
I have a good number, yeah, haven't I?
Just to get rid of the stringy bit. And then literally put it on the table and cut at an angle. And then pretty quick
So you're gonna
prepare,
wrap a bit.
so you can do that if you haven't got one of those. Once we've got this lovely pile of beans together,
No,
what I want to do is I
that's a
want
bad
to flavour
thing.
them. And the classic best friend of beans
That's
actually
not
is
too bad.
garlic. I want one to
Blow the hole isn't the worst.
here. It's about enough
Yes,
for
to
4
be.
people.
A bit closer
And
would be
then
nice.
just take the end off, give it a smack, and we can peel these. You know, so once we've got that,
That reach in the way we would have stopped at the edge.
I just want to get this together. A little bit of olive oil. I've got a reasonably wide casserole.
Tricky
type
pear
pan
tree
here.
next.
Just get that in the pan. Keep your eye on it. Don't want to burn the garlic. Get some nice anchovies. I'd say a little tin like this, 10 fillets. And it will start spitting and the moisture will come out.
Oh, happy.
If you haven't missed out already, I've only put it in the pan.
I was not expecting to go along.
Seconds ago, it looks like I've dropped little lumps of chocolate in there. It's completely melting. And to go with that, I want to put a little bit of chilli in there. Add the chilli to taste, whatever gets you going. I don't want to make it hot. Give it a little stir up. So the anchovy, chilli, oil, and the garlic back on the heat. You can turn the heat right up now, and then I'm going to add.
Pear was not what I
I'm
wanted.
just going to pour that in.
Trying this one, the pears.
Rosemary. I don't think rosemary and beans is a particularly common pairing, but certainly I think what it does do is put a sort of meatiness and a savouriness in there, which is really lovely. And then just literally pick up the beans and pour that in there as well. So what I want to do now for sure is season it with salt and a bit of black pepper. Lid on top. So that can kind of tick over there. I'm going to serve it with a nice lump of
Get on, come down, come back.
Monkfish is a wicked fish, but you could use any sort of equivalent white fish.
Not a
And
good
if you
spot
look
to
at it like
leave it.
that, it's about 1 centimetre thick here, centimetre thick here, and about 1 inch thick there, which is not at the end of the world. But what I wanna
Horrible
do
pot.
is I've got a little trick to sort of even up the cooking time, so it's all cooked perfectly at the same time, and also speed up the cooking. Get a sharp knife. I want to put it in here, carefully slicing halfway through,
No,
stopping,
no.
opening it out like a book, like that, and then just carefully cutting down that little seam. Look at that. What we've done is completely even out the thickness of that fish. We call that butterflying, and if you want, you can put some little scores down here as well. Stops it from curling up when you cook it. So I'll do that with this one again. So you look in at the middle, 3/4 of the way through,
And then don't
stop,
hit that foam enough.
open it out like a book.
That tournament speed.
Nicks. And I like that, little tips like that. You can do that with a chicken breast, because you know if you fatter one in thin.
Second bogey, actually.
You can do that with like a fillet steak.
2 bogies in a round.
You know, a bit that thick.
Yeah, 2.
Lovely. So we've got that.
Hmm.
So I want to season this with salt, pepper, a little bit of olive oil.
Don't hit it over far.
And I've got a griddle pan on over here. I want the pan
forward.
completely dry.
I don't know if
want
it's clear on trees.
For 5 minutes. I want the windows open.
Why not
and
take the
on.
chance?
And that fish will literally only take 3 to 4 minutes.
We won't
to
clear
cook.
on trees.
Right, so if we have a look over here, look at that. Let's have a little try.
I don't think the driver will clear the trees.
That's in the garden spot.
And you can see it's not grey and miserable dish, you know, it's got colour, it's got vibrance. You know all the flavours that we put in are going to just make it fantastic.
I'm just going to lay up short here.
Lid on. Right, fish. Very hot.
Big mistake. That's going to hot.
So while the beans are on and the fish is cooking,
That's
I'm
going to
making
hot.
this thing called gremolata.
The back pin is
I have no idea what it means, but essentially the classic is garlic, lemon, and parsley. Nice bit of parsley like this. Gremolata.
I had to leave myself alone on that time. I don't think if I could clear the air, I would have came up short and went in the bunker.
And if you think about flavours of being sort of like here to here, right? You know, when you do a stew, the flavours are very often sort of around, sort of like, oh, nice, comforty. And someone who invented this is genius, because when the stew's finished, wham, we got this lemon zest. So you get that fragrance, really delicate.
I don't know how many times I put a grey score on the front and cracked on the back.
Garlic. It just peps it up. The garlic into the lemon zest.
See if we can body all of it out.
And you can do it in the time.
That's a huge drive.
To turn this fish over. Lovely, look at that. That's what I want.
On the dance floor.
Finish that gremolata. Now, let's plate up. I haven't checked my fish, but I just know it's cooked. So I'll take that off. Right, so let's plate this little mummer up. Let's give it a stir. Absolutely delicious. But what I will do, especially as we're cooking it with fish, half a lemon juice into here. Right, look at this. So,
Stop.
Make sure you get.
Didn't take enough off.
Lovely sauce over the top. Nice bit of grilled fish.
Ooh,
and all I would do to finish that,
good recovery.
a few bits of ripped purple basil, or you could use normal basil, and then the lovely gremolata over the top, and some good olive oil. And that.
2 other girls in, then we put them all together straight away. Very quickly.
I would imagine everyone.
Okay, but let's get it out anyway.
As the keepers try to
Three or four
maneuver
of
the
them.
crate into position, Kai
Touch a
makes
spin.
sure they know he's ready.
And it doesn't get half beats.
can go.
Not horrible, though.
Quickly to remove the bolts from
Don't
Kai's
it?
travelling crate.
Right,
I
now,
take that back, it is terrible.
now put the bolts in. He's a good boy. He's a good lad.
Right, we need to get an eagle up the last.
Hey, Kai.
An eagle on 18
Hey, Kai.
to make some sort of a round of it. Good
Although
wind.
still a little groggy, and with a few cuts and nicks from the long journey, Kai does start to explore his new surroundings.
Good ball.
What have we left?
Now it's Linga and Jolie's turn. Both girls are going to be unloaded, but Jeremy wants to put Jolie in first, as she's the more confident of the two.
Right, the ding, it did ding.
You shouldn't get any dramas with these boxes on the end, man.
Can't hit a ding to save my life today.
There will be.
See if we can get it.
Just pull it.
Chipping.
Try and be careful with it. Lift the front and then pull. Careful with his hands.
We can't hit a ding.
Can't get her arms through there, so be careful. She
No number.
Big grabby.
Not my best round on this course by a long shot. That's that. Bad start. I'll just see where that leaves me. Probably not even close to the
We're
page.
safe? We're good? Okay.
Okay. Ahí tienes que andar.
Double do. Double do.
Can't remember what we're hitting at.
Okay. 2 down, 1 to go. Annabelle, do you want to try an enclosure in this corridor?
Won't be up there for long.
Wheel Linga into position, Jolie is kept in the tunnel away from the bedroom entrance. Once Linga is out of her crate, the two females can be reunited.
She's the most private of them all, so she's going to be upset now, but that's,
We'll have a go at this.
she's not so, she's not so confident with good. So I put Joe's going first, so she goes into Joe, and she sees Joe in there straight away, and then she might think that that's better than being on her own. And so as soon as she goes in, you want to open that so she can go back to Joe, and they can be together. Open that door, and then she can be back with Joe.
That's a huge drive.
Okay.
Jeremy wastes
Pitch
no
and
time
wedge.
letting Linga out of her
Gonna
box.
touch your
There
backswing.
you go, close. Yep, good. Good safe. Together, yeah, good.
Right.
I want to let them in with Kai now. Okay, you happy? Yeah? Okay. They lived together for 2 years, and now they've lived separated, but
Much more use than greens.
for 2 years. So the green's very good, and
The slow greens are harder to read when you're used to these ones.
Kai, Kai. Kai.
Oh, you crushed it.
He's had enough.
That's a huge drive.
Just too much. Too much in one day.
We take out the pin. This could go in.
Without further ado, Annabelle opens the slide to the indoor playroom where Kai waits for Linga and Jolie.
If you hit the ding.
On the dance floor.
You will be nice to Kai. Why wouldn't you be?
Jolie wastes no time in joining Kai on the platform. Soon, Linga is there too. Although both girls seem more interested in who or what's outside their window than their old friend Kai. But for now, it's a relief
Do like a
for
punch
everyone
shot into the
concerned
sword.
that after such a long journey, all three orangutans have been safely reunited in their new home.
If I hit that with a ding, it's down here.
Expeditions, proud sponsors of Sky Nature.
What makes Great Ormond Street Hospital special? Is it that they bring hope to hundreds of thousands of sick children with complex and life-threatening illnesses?
My nurse is called Hayley and she makes me laugh.
Can you help too by giving £5 a month so they can continue to make it an extraordinary place? Call 0800 055 7974, go online or text SPECIAL to 70125. What makes Great Ormond Street Hospital so special? It's you.
You picked up the wrong one. Worried about your medicine? Try Lloyds Direct. For NHS prescriptions, ordered online and delivered for free. Lloyds Direct. One less thing to worry
So he landed here somewhere.
With an awning from Nationwide Home Innovations, your garden becomes the go-to destination. Hundreds of styles to choose from, tailor-made for your home and installed by our experts. All with 2 years interest-free credit. Order your free brochure now. Nationwide Home Innovations. Innovative outdoor living.
No, not happy.
You won't catch me buying a new car.
Lap of the gods.
Before you know it, you've outgrown it. You want all the latest tech? Nah, I'm
That's a terrible puff from the other big swing hammer.
With flexible pricing tailored to your budget. Then after 3 years, you can change it for something new.
What are you doing?
Them. Not a real family. Actors.
Swing
Want a new car you can change at the speed of life? Don't buy it. Zen it. Search Zen Auto.
Welcome to the home of
I
entertainment.
missed. I didn't even mean to click that. Click the word well leave. Put a bit more light in this subject.
Are you ready to be entertained? Are you ready to bump this?
Bit more.
At Aviva, we help homeowners over the age of 55 to meet their financial needs by releasing a cash lump sum from their homes. Call today for expert equity release advice. Having helped more than 250,000 homeowners over the past 20 years, Aviva has the experience to help you navigate the path
I like the
to
headwind on
equity
this one.
release. Chat to an expert for friendly advice with no upfront fee.
Good
and
ball.
commitment. Call 0808 239 3030. It takes Aviva.
Let's see.
Watch every day of top-class flat racing from the Boodles May Chester Festival. Wednesday.
Is either going to be perfect or going to get
Sky
nuked.
Sports Racing. Who will join Fulham going on?
Yeah, perfect.
The championship running live only on Sky Sports. To add Sky Sports, go to sky.com/sports. Percy Grooten Expeditions. Proud sponsors.
Tail one would have been nice. I don't think we can reach it now. I'm trying to get my mice. My mice. Pin it. Oh, there. Tears forward.
It's early morning in southern Spain,
No, we won't
and
reach.
already the temperature is rising at Rio Safari Elche.
We can't reach us.
At the new Orangutan complex, zoo manager Annabelle and veterinarian Pilar are putting out breakfast for the 3 new arrivals, who've just spent the first night in their new home.
Today we're serving a little more food than is usual. Usually we put more vegetables, but today Jeremy recommended that we make them happy, make them feel welcome. So we put a lot of nice things. We have some watermelon, oranges, some pears, some peach. Nice stuff. Not only vegetables. Make them happy after a long couple of days that they've had.
Alright. What are we at?
It's vital
6.
that Kai, Jolie and Linga get to know and trust their new Spanish keepers as quickly as possible. And getting into a good routine early in the relationship will help.
Are good. Could be high. Now we have to work. I and they. We have to work.
That's a huge drive.
No. Looks like good year out of gym.
Before checking on the
Small
3
touch off
orangutans,
for the
Jeremy's
wind.
having a look around the zoo. Kai and his 2 female companions aren't the only orangs.
Ooh, not too long.
Nakal is a 27-year-old
Thought I was gonna land
fully
around
grown
here.
male and has a reputation for being rather naughty.
One of the gorgeous things of orangs is you don't know.
Previously, he lived with his son, but
Oh,
they
moved
started
off.
squabbling. Now he lives with 4 Largibans. It's an unusual group.
Never up,
but it seems
never
to
in.
I hate when he
Our
says that.
Brazilian orangutan and the gibbons, they get along really well.
It's
And
around.
well, we were recommended by other zoos that had experience with this species before, and they did say that they
If we can
form
get our
nice
border here.
groups together. So we tried, and indeed it went very well, and they get along really well.
Nakal's enclosure is
We
totally
play 6
separate
under,
from Kai and his lady.
6
The two males won't be able to see each other,
Full backspin.
although they may hear or smell one another from time to time.
97%. This should get there.
Male orangs being on his own is not the
Nope.
horrible thing that you would imagine, you know, being a human.
Got
is
there,
very
but
gregarious, or
the missed
for a
thing.
chimpanzee it would be bad, or but
Now we
for
can
an
get this.
orangutan male to be on his own, it's, you know, it's not the end of the world. I mean, really, when they get to his size and age, all the only value they've got in any other orangs is
Oh no,
mating.
not
and
past
that's
one. Too early. 4 under, not a good round.
Hello? Hello, bad people.
Should be doing this a
You're
lot
very
better.
guilty. They're doing a little
Eagle,
very
eagle,
guilty.
pair, eagle,
What's
up,
going on?
body, body,
I don't care.
pair, body, body.
I don't
Not
want to
good
know.
enough.
Yeah, they said, right, it's time to go outside now.
Pair then.
Hello, big boy.
Just trying to work out if we can reach. I don't think we won't reach.
Jeremy is pleased with how the orangs are
We ain't
settling
reaching,
so far.
but can we get it
That's
over?
in the garden spot.
We should be able to take these bunkers out of there.
They know each other very well. As I said, they lived together for 2 years, and there certainly doesn't look like there's any problems now. But I think it's better for him as well, because where we had him in Monkey World, he didn't have animals of his own age. He had adult
Shouldn't be too much of a problem.
young animals. And so now he's with people of his own age, so he's going to have a much nicer time. Grown-up females are not much fun, and babies are only fun for a small time. They're no fun.
Should be straightforward, put.
Outside, the staff are putting the finishing touches to the enclosure and making sure everything is orang-proof.
I reckon if they're okay, why not let them out? What do you think?
Right, that's that one.
It's going to happen one day.
Right, we'll do one more 18 hole.
Better.
We'll have a go at this.
It's time to open the slide to the big outdoors.
We'll have a go at this.
Kai
Sometimes you hit that pat and you can shoot it
and then
forward,
Joey
but I haven't got
take
the
a
wind to
careful
reach it.
look outside. It's all too much for Jolie,
That's a huge drive.
but one last glance over his shoulder and Kai plucks up the courage to head out.
I'm trying to land it in here and let it run to the wall.
I think they've hit the jackpot. Yeah, they really have to.
You went a bit further than what I wanted to go.
Beautiful climate,
Right
lovely
back.
enclosure. No,
This is not where you want to be. You want to be straight this side or here.
but nice.
Not there.
It's good. I think we're very lucky. No problem.
Because as you can see, it leaves a horrible cut.
Kai seems impressed with his new enclosure.
Solid
And
putt.
Ah, what a horrible wind. And we're going to get to about here somewhere.
When you open the door
Up
for
there.
the first time in an enclosure and the animals all dash out really,
Oh no, sorry, I'm straight to wind.
really fast. That's a bit of a worry. I'd much rather they came out gradually.
Just the other should be.
Girls, obviously, it's all a bit too much for them. They don't want to risk it yet. Kai's been out and had a check round.
Should carry them bunkers.
But the other thing that's terribly important, more important than anything, is that they go back in. And
Thought I
he's
could
now
carry
been
them.
out and checked round, and he's gone back in. So it really is. You know, if this takes 2 days for them to come out, I'm really happy with that. And there's a lot to take in.
I'm going to restart. I know I'm going to attempt that.
It's got to be a lot nicer.
I want to start on this. You don't want you want to go eagle body or eagle if at all possible.
The
This is
three
a good wind.
orangutans have been a big part of Jeremy's life for a decade, and it's going to be a rest.
This is a good wind because it's straight into your face.
He's overseen their care since they were tiny and has got to know their personalities and preferences. He's enjoyed being part of their lives.
I like to hang out with the animals.
And hang this up in the wind, full backspin.
Obviously there has to be that. But it's
Hopefully
nice
it comes
just to
back
hang
down
out
to
with
here,
them.
or even goes there and in.
You know, reciprocate to them, and they don't pull. But
You want to
enough
go
of
full
them do
power.
that makes it okay. So if we close them inside now, and then when you've cleaned out in there, you can have all
sting
the
this.
inside overnight. Good. And then tomorrow morning, you know, you fill again.
This is a nasty
There's no
push.
rushing orangutans. Tomorrow morning the team will try again and hope this time all three will take the giant step outside.
Yeah. What a nasty putt that is.
Next time
I
on Monkey Life.
completely
Alison
missed the
comes
shot
to the
anyway.
rescue of two curiously named marmosets from the pet trade.
We're getting Chuck Norris, the common marmoset, first of all, and then we'll be heading off to get Sid Vicious.
And the care team.
That's a
tried to
huge
find
drive.
golden-cheeked gibbons to keep cool, with mixed results.
Yeah, we should be okay.
No matter what's going on for humankind, our animal friends still have to tick along. And it's been a wild year on Earth indeed. All there on demand from
Yep,
Sky
we landed in
Nature
the right
Now.
spot. Came back a bit further than that. A little bit there, I could have came over here and then. It's a straightforward putt from here though. Better wind this time.
Orangutan Expeditions. Proud
Yeah, better
sponsors
wind
of
this
Sky
time.
Nature.
I've always put my family first. That's why I've chosen a pure cremation plan. It's a fuss-free, affordable alternative to a traditional
Yeah, we're not too bad here.
When I'm gone, I don't want them to
We are not
worry
too
about
bad here.
money. I want them to celebrate my life in their own way.
Try and land it here
They
and
can do something fun, something that's me.
don't care what the
Pure
wind says.
cremation means no fuss.
Do three.
Everything's sorted in advance, and the prepaid plan takes away the stress and cost of organising a traditional funeral. With the pure cremation, I've saved over £2,000, which will be my gift to them.
Land it here and it holds it or it kicks it in sometimes. If you get the right bounce.
Guaranteed. Join the thousands of people choosing pure cremation every month. Rated excellent on Trustpilot with over 8,000 reviews.
Headwind please. A nice headwind.
100 130
No, we don't get a headwind.
or visit purecremation.tv.
At BOTB, there are guaranteed dream car winners every week. Over £42 million worth of cars have been won. And you could be next with 2 brand new car winners every week. And you can also add up to £50,000 cash in the dream
Right.
car competition. Tickets start from just 80p. Enter by midnight tonight at BOTB.com.
Concentrate on this one because this is not a definite body every time.
Choose your epic with Sky Cinema. Fire it up. Whether it's high octane action heroes or venomous anti-heroes. A fight for family. I'm not gonna give up. Or fighting the family.
Should carry these bunkers.
A ghoulish blast from the past. Or a space saga from the future.
This is only the beginning.
There's an epic for everyone this spring on Sky Cinema.
It will never stop fascinating or surprising us, and that's not a claim many could make. The crown certainly goes to Great Blue Wild, all there on demand from Sky Nature Now.
Ooh, no heartbeats. Ooh, that went a bit too far. This is a nasty pull again.
Seeing the world differently.
No, I didn't give it enough.
Hershey Group and Expeditions, proud sponsors of Sky Nature.
Today on Monkey Life, Alison comes to the rescue of two pet trade marmosets, both needing a new home. And both with celebrity names she hopes don't sum up their personalities.
We're getting Chuck Norris, the common marmoset, first of all, and then we'll be heading off to get Sid Vicious.
And at the
second shot is tricky.
Toby's using hidden treats to get his lethargic charges working for their breakfast.
Just means that they have to work a bit more, use their tails and their feet and their hands to get down to the food.
Plus, the care team try to find a way for the golden-cheeked gibbons to keep cool, with mixed results.
We had a good number there.
Monkey World in Dorset, buried deep in the English countryside. The team, led by Dr. Alison Cronin, rescue and rehabilitate abused and unwanted primates from all over the world.
I think this one's a little boy, and I think that that one over there might be an old.
That's a huge drive!
The park provides a home for more than 250 monkeys and apes from 20 different species.
Ooh, more heartbeats again.
Park director Alison is setting
Not
up
too
for a
bad, though.
rescue mission. She's heading to the homes of two marmosets. It's one of the most common monkeys she's asked to take into the park's care. In Britain, monkeys can legally be kept as pets, but the current laws are something Alison campaigns against vigorously.
Next hole is tricky.
Because the specialist needs of these highly intelligent and complex primates are not easy to
Not
meet
the
in
worst
a home
wind, but
environment.
certainly ain't the best. I would definitely prefer a headwind than a sun.
Alison is travelling
Take
from
a
the
bit off
beautiful
this.
Dorset countryside to the busy streets of the capital
So
to
here.
collect the monkeys.
We're in
Go
London
get
right now.
heartbeats.
We're getting Chuck Norris, the common
Oh, you
marmoset,
crushed
first
it.
of all, and
Tom,
then we'll be heading
Tom,
off to
Tom,
High Wycombe to get Sid
Tom.
Vicious.
Alison is
Wouldn't
contacted
Tom.
regularly by owners who don't want
Would
or
not
can't
Tom.
keep their
How
pet
I don't know.
any
I
longer.
ding that. We definitely don't want to go too far here.
Individuals is limited, but
Too
she's
far here is dead.
working her way through a waiting list.
They're sold
Take out
marmosets
just in
by
case.
breeders and dealers who mislead them, telling them it's easy to keep an individual at home. They'll make lovely family pets
Stop.
they can eat off of your plate.
That's all right.
On the dance
All
floor.
of those things are really not true at all because they need to be with other
It is possible the eagle is swole, but
Marmosets are anything but easy to
we'll
keep
take
at
a
home,
volley.
as they need companionship of their own kind, an outdoor enclosure, and a specialist diet.
No.
They live up to 50 years, meaning a lifetime's cost and commitment. The first marmoset Alison is to collect is
Last
Chuck,
thing I wanted on this
who
hole
lives in a flat in
was
central London.
a headwind or a tailwind.
His owner, Casaria, has asked Alison to rehome
How am I
him
gonna play
as she
here?
has to return to Georgia in Eastern Europe. Her husband
like that
bought
shot.
Chuck for her from online breeders when he was just a couple of months old. Almost 3 years on, and she's taken care of him 24 hours a
Punches.
day, every day, ever since.
I think this is a bit of a hit and hope and an experiment. Just hope he reaches the green.
From the day he was born. He did see a marmoset once at the vet.
Oh, okay.
But he didn't,
It's reaching the green.
so I'm not
Where
sure
it's going to land, I don't know.
noticed him or not, but he didn't have any
I didn't reach the
Good
green.
ball.
at all.
Ew.
It seems Chuck may not
I
recognise
was
his
a
own
chicken.
kind, so he's going to have to learn how to be a marmoset from
We
scratch.
can go for the chicken.
Something Casaria is keen for him to do.
They do not want human connection. He needs so many things that human beings physically cannot provide. There's nothing he can do to make him feel as good as he would in the wild. We're just gonna let him
No chance, never had a chance.
On the dance floor.
Hate that hole. I absolutely hate this hole.
Good boy.
It's time for Chuck to leave the only life he's ever known.
8 and 11 are the two toughest holes on this course for me.
Concerned, tucks into a grape.
I will
Especially
send
with
you
tailwinds.
reports, photographs tomorrow. He will meet all of the others, and tonight
Oh,
Get a,
you
get a
crushed
headwind
it.
on them,
same
and
room and be able
you
to
can get a
see
good
and
number,
be
but a
alongside
tailwind
all
is
of
just
the others, so he knows he won't
a
be
gamble.
able
That's
to-
gone off the
to
green.
make sure that he's happy.
That's coming back off the green.
Okay.
That's in the garden spot.
Handle this myself, but you stay in touch, and we will
Chip
see
is going to
you
be a bit easier than
very
that.
soon. Okay.
The putt would have
We'll
been
see
from
you
there
soon.
anyway.
It's hasta la vista.
Leaving his old home behind, Chuck begins the journey towards a new life.
One down, one to go. Marmosets today, so Chuck's in the box in the back of the car, seems to be doing really well. I'm quite surprised he's very silent. Usually at this point when we've got a marmoset in the box and in the car, you hear little whistles and chirps and things. He's pretty quiet.
No, none on the front.
All good. He's had a
Would like to
fair
have
bit
been
of
12.
breakfast, so hopefully he doesn't get car sick, because we're now off to High Wycombe.
Should reach this with a wedge second shot.
That's a huge drive.
Treat in store
Yep.
for the spider monkeys.
A
Their
wedge.
breakfast time routine is coming with extra entertainment, as Toby from the Primate care team is preparing a game of Hunt the Fruit.
Basically, we've got lots of plastic balls and some big tubs.
Perfect.
And then some of the spider monkeys' breakfast fruit. Really just to give them something exciting to do this morning when they go out for their breakfast.
Spider monkeys are native to Central and South
Right.
America. With extremely long arms.
Another horrible hole.
Their population is under
And another horrible wind.
and deforestation. Monkey World is home to a small group of three: Pumpkin, Flint, and Hickory.
Pumpkin is in charge, he's the biggest of the three. Flint, he's very highly strung. Hickory's the oldest. He is a bit more wary of the other two,
I'm
particularly
going to have a
around
crack
feeding
over this.
time.
Back in 2012, the threesome were living with a couple of retired zoo
Another
mothers
experiment.
who'd been given them to hand rear when their own mothers rejected them.
If I can coax him up to this
We're happy this time now.
They no longer had room for their animals and contacted Alison to see if Monkey World could give them a new home.
Another 2 years would have been nice, but
And with the help
it's
of
not the
their
worst
owners,
leave.
the three were rounded up and brought back to the park where they were made to feel at home.
As a trio, they're doing very well here. They're a very settled group. They've got used to their captains, neighbours, and the routine.
A purpose-built outside enclosure was constructed, specifically designed with spider monkeys in mind.
That's a terrible miss.
It's just a short scamper along a mesh tunnel from their bedroom. But despite all this, the three are not the most active of animals.
They absolutely love
Oof.
sitting out in their tunnel system sunbathing. That's where they spend most of their
My
time.
own fault for just
Various sort of poses
getting too
with
soft.
legs and arms and tails all over the place.
As well as long arms and legs, the monkeys have a prehensile tail, which they use as an
That's
extra
completely
wing
screwed up the sound.
and which helps them move around. It's perfect for travelling about.
Right, let's see if we can get an eagle on here to make up for it.
To encourage these three to be more active, Toby's using their enclosure to create a game of hide and seek with the fruit. This will make them work for their breakfast.
Nasty,
and
horrible
slow down
number
creepy
again.
Pumpkin, allowing the boys more chance of some food.
I'm getting absolute. I haven't got one wind yet that I absolutely like.
Cucumber, which would be their normal breakfast, but we're going to give them a few extra treats.
Get over the ridge.
The buckets are spread around the enclosure, some placed high up.
See if I'd have played that with spin, that wouldn't have gone. That would have stopped short. well
This
shot.
means that they have to
And
work a bit more, use their
this
tails
is
and their
one of the
feet and their
toughest
hands
pots on
to
the
get down
course.
to the food, and it moves, so it's a bit different. Use different muscles.
When everything is ready, the door from the bedroom is opened, and the trio heads
Watch the
sprint
swing on
across
this
to
in
their
the end.
enclosure. But there's no sign of their fruit. Pumpkin, unsure what to make of the strange objects, tips the first bucket onto the floor to show she's the boss and isn't
Watch the
impressed.
swing in the end. Look. Ah.
Old Man Hickory is more wary and retreats to the sea.
Please give me a headwind on the next hole.
Resourceful Pumpkin is hopeful of finding her fruit and sets about searching.
One good win, just one.
She gets the food, the one on the day when she moves very quickly.
Ah.
And that's one of the reasons we try and hide the food and make it more difficult. Otherwise, she just sort of stuff it down.
Tailwind again.
Flint is tucking in too. Realizing he's missing out, Hickory
Try come up short, try land it here somewhere.
to the enclosure. Pushy Pumpkin muscles in on Flint's find. He leaves to look for another bucket so he can eat in peace. Eventually, Hickory's tempted to have a look too, and soon gets the hang of it.
It's great to see Hickory getting involved.
Oh,
The other
fair
two
off
normally
landing it
hangs
where we
back
wanted.
the
Stay on the
food,
fringe, stay on the
throwing
fringe.
buckets around and
No.
balls and attacking the balls. Lots and lots of happy sounds and playful sounds, and we've also had some threatening sounds. Hickory has been telling us off for not paying him the full attention he feels he deserves. They seem to have thoroughly enjoyed themselves, and I'm sure they'll keep going back throughout the day just to see if they can find anything else.
Ah, no, I didn't get it up there.
Again with them.
Poxy win anyway.
Hershey-Gruten Expeditions,
We
proud
can hold this.
sponsors of Sky Nature.
This is not going to break a lot. No, it looks as if it will.
So much
It's
more
not.
than just a cat.
It's about here.
Because you think of him as your best friend. Because she always surprises you, whether you want it or not. Because he wakes you up in the morning and in the
misting
middle
this.
of the night.
Totally misting this.
And because she's always so keen to help. Because you
Can't
really
believe
love
these last two
cats.
words.
Why not join Cats Protection as a member today? You'll enjoy loads of great goodies, like this cute pin badge, to show how much you care. A regular magazine bursting with
Wins on it.
information to help you understand.
I haven't had one good win on the back nine, but
Even better.
the
And a
10th.
24-hour vet phone advice line.
Well,
so
this
you
is
can
not a
talk
bad
to an
one.
expert if you're ever worried about your cat. Please call 0800 153 3903. Text JOIN to 70030.
That's a huge drive.
Protection as a member right now. You'll be helping us look after all the many unwanted, unloved and abandoned cats who come to us every day. Some of them have had a really tough time, but thanks to you, we'll give them all the loving care they need until they're ready to go to a new forever home. Because we
10
never
under.
put a
That's
healthy cat to sleep.
one of my war songs.
Call 0800 153 3903, text JOIN to 70030, or go online to join
Right.
Cats Protection as a member from just
Let's see if we can
£5
finish a good one.
because it's the best way to show that you really love cats.
Britain, EE have a great deal of broadband and they're ready to deal it out. Like EE fiber broadband with 36 megabits average speeds, all powered by BT for just £27 a month. But that's not all. EE customers get an exclusive price of just $24.50 a month. And they'll also get 5 gigs of free mobile data. Quite the deal. Want more speed?
Probably should have played the full.
Full fiber can handle 100
Played about
devices. Get
97%.
fiber broadband for just $24.50 only until 5th of May.
Just like you, not all rise and recline chairs are made the same. Isn't that right, Olivia? That's why we make many different styles and a variety of comfortable fabrics, and your chair is sized to fit you perfectly. They're thoroughly tested. Relaxing, rising, reclining, rising, reclining, and relaxing.
That's a huge drive.
Chairs, handmade in Great Britain by Middletons. Go on, Olivia. Live life without limits.
This May on Sky Sports. Only one who will take the prize.
Sensational, sumptuous finish. Gripping race to the title.
On the dance floor.
Sort that one out.
He hasn't done it.
Oh, yes.
No,
Now let's see if we can go eagle finish. Now we can reach this. We can reach the screen. Oh, there's
on Sky Sports.
What you did today is not a small thing.
Should leave us with a 9 iron in.
That's a huge drive.
Do you know what? I'm gonna hit this with a sandwich.
This woman is dying right now.
I'm just liking this number with a sandwich.
What happened in that car? Why are you not telling me?
Yeah, great number. Perfect number for the sandwich.
Orangutan Expeditions, proud sponsors of Sky Nature.
Let's not mess this up.
Earlier, Alison rescued pet marmoset. Now she's travelled 32 miles north to High Wycombe to collect a second pint-sized primate and meet his owner, Jackie.
Let's play the fun shot.
What I'll do is leave Chuck in the car with Alan, keeping an eye on him so he's nice and safe, just so
We
we
didn't
don't
get half
carry
beats.
him
Well, we're
into
definitely going to get on the ring.
territory. This is
And we'll
the
definitely
house
have an
of
eagle
Sid,
putt.
so we'll just knock on
Not a
the
very
door,
good
see if
one.
Jackie's in. Spoke to her many times because
Well, yeah,
Sid's
putted
been
this
on
before.
our waiting list for months and months, and Jackie's been caring for him. So she's been waiting for this day
I think
for
it's
a
not
while.
coming from the other bit.
Common marmoset Sid is another victim of the British pet trade. Countless primates are being kept as pets in the UK.
People hear it.
Many suffer from a lack of social interaction,
Miss Ding.
poor diets, and inadequate
Plum,
housing.
plum.
Sid's owner Jackie is aware of the problems.
Ooh.
My son acquired him
16
about
under.
January this year. I was absolutely devastated when my son brought him home because the first thing I said to him, it's cruel. He shouldn't be kept in a little cage like that. It's just not fair on the animal.
Solid putt.
To finish. I killed it on with the 2 bogeys.
So to thrive, Sid needs to
That was a silly bogey.
He's calling out for other
Only one
primates,
bogey.
so he needs other
Okay, on the
company rather
front.
than human beings. We're not a substitute for
4, 8, 9 on the front.
Alison has noticed there's something
1,
wrong
3,
with Sid.
4, 5, 6, 7,
Well, he
8
is
on
in
the
a
back.
funny shape. You know that he's got pretty bad
And 1
rickets.
there.
Has he? He's
That's
got really bad.
56.
Those arms should not be shaped like that as well.
We should be doing that 6 shots better.
Yeah, 3 times by from America.
Need the stats on the 8 things. That's you can't have a good one with 8 things.
Is quite a painful thing when the
Eagles
bones
3,
are bending,
bodies
but then
11.
they fuse, and they become
Pairs,
solid.
the
So
3
he'll be
pairs.
left with sort of bowed
I should have had a
bones,
couple
but
of
they go
eagles.
solid then, and then it doesn't
1
hurt or
bogey.
anything. So he'll just be a funny little shape.
Pair 3s, that 2.75. That should be down to 2.
Condition that affects many pet trade marmosets.
That should be down to 3,
They don't
and that
get
should be down
enough
to
vitamin
5.
D3 from sunlight, especially when they're kept
Driving
indoors,
86,
so their
not
diets
good
need to be
enough.
supplemented.
Approach 94, that should be 100.
To care for Sid in the short time she's had him.
84 putts, that should be down to 60.
New life.
Did you see what's inside? We've got quite a few things.
1.33.
Yeah, he loves his blanket.
Longest putt made 7 foot 8 is.
Quite a big one.
He goes easily into the trouble.
Right guys, that's going to do it for me for the time being.
It's nice in there.
So,
It's nice
catch you all in the next stream.
Settled and calm, Sid joins Chuck in the back of the car.
Thanks for looking after him so well.
Stream ending.
Okay, you come down to the park soon. Nice to meet you.
It's an emotional goodbye.